Theater presents our 4th annual KidStory Theater Festival at Home, a theatrical celebration of stories written by kids for kids. Each year, InterAct's story theater artists work with hundreds of children to create original stories, songs, and plays. The best of the best are performed by professional actors each May in InterAct's KidStory Theater Festival, a theatrical celebration of stories written by kids for kids. This year, since we can't gather together for a festival, we invited and challenged our artists to create KidStory Theater Festival at home. Artists chose a favorite story written by kids, dreamed up their own interpretation, and created videos showcasing their version of the story. No fancy props, costumes, or equipment. Just artists using what we have at home and our imaginations to celebrate our favorite writers, kids. We hope you enjoy our KidStory Theater Festival at home. Thank you. Hot and Cold Animals Being Friends by Mr. Morrison's 2nd grade class at Montpelier Elementary School with InterAct artist L. Marie Sullivan. 2017. One day, the fennec fox decided that it was too hot to live in the desert. He wanted to move somewhere cooler. He said to his friends, Jackrabbit and Scorpion, "It is too hot." Jackrabbit said, "I agree. Let's move." Scorpion hissed,
"Let's go to Antarctica or Greenland."
So the 3 friends started their journey to somewhere very cold. As they approached, Polar Bear saw them in the distance and squealed, "Friends!" because Polar Bear was the friendliest animal. Penguin chirped, "Let's meet them." Siberian Husky replied, "I agree. I love making new friends." When Polar Bear, Penguin, and Siberian Husky approached, they saw that their new friends were too cold. Fennec Fox shivered and chattered out, "It's so cold." Jackrabbit squeaked, "How do you live here?" Scorpion said,
"I don't like this at all."
Now Polar Bear, Penguin, and Siberian Husky were all experts at keeping warm. They said, "Eat some fish. That will warm you up." Fennec Fox, Jackrabbit, and Scorpion had never tried fish before. They each took little bites and did not like it one bit. Besides, they were still super cold. Penguin's family always huddles in really close together. "Let's do a penguin cuddle," he said. They all stood close together, but it still didn't work. Siberian Husky has super warm fur. She suggested, "Get in my fur." It still didn't work. "We are too cold," the warm weather animals said. "We need to go home." When they got home, they were so happy. "This is nice!" The cold weather animals missed their new friends, so they decided to pay them a visit. They started their long journey to the desert. When they arrived, they said, "It is so hot! Oh no! They were so sweaty!" Fennec Fox, Jackrabbit, and Scorpion were so happy to see their friends, but they could tell that they did not feel well. "Let's burrow into the sand. That always cools us down," suggested Fennec Fox. They all crawled deep into the sand. "Still too hot," said the cold weather animals. Jackrabbit remembered that most of his neighbors are nocturnal. "Let's all go to sleep. Then we can play together at nighttime. It'll be much cooler then." All of the animals tried to sleep, but Polar Bear, Penguin, and Siberian Husky were too hot. "I can't play. It is too warm." Scorpion said,
"You have too much fur. What happens if we shave it off?"
Polar Bear and Husky did not want to shave their fur, but they did it. "It is still too hot, and now we look goofy." "We can't stay here. We need to go home." Sadly, they went home. Because it was such a long trip, their fur grew back before they arrived. All of the animals were bummed that they couldn't play with their new friends, but were happy knowing that there were such cool animals in other places of the world. The end. InterAct's Story Theater. InterActStory.com. Facebook.com/InterActStory. Instagram.com/InterActStoryTheater. Copyright 2021, InterAct Story Theater Education Association, Incorporated.